Hello everybody and welcome to part number 1 of this special Let's Build the real grade Gundam Wing. Here's the construction manual there. So because this is a real grade, I'll just go over a couple things here. So there's a little bit thicker lines here. Those represent half an inch. So 2 of those thicker lines equals 1 full inch. And those little thin lines represent a 1/4 inch. So, just to give you kind of scale wise what we're dealing with. Now I have already gone ahead and built one leg, as you can see here. Now you can just barely tell this back 2 pieces here have a little bit of gray in them compared to this piece right here, which has which is just pure white. That's one of the trademark things about a real grade, is that they'll give you like 2 or 3 different colors of white, or 1 or 2 different colors of white and 2 different kinds of yellow and all that kind of stuff. And this is the full height, about 3 inches. Yeah, 3 inches tall. So let me just put this off to the side and I'll show you how we go from basically this to this. Now you'll notice this is a completely different camera angle that you guys have not even seen before in any of my other videos. Trying something a little bit new here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But I will go over this one part here for all the people that are new to real grades. I'm just going to grab my nippers here and nip out this, cut out this one piece here. One more. There we go. Now it's going to be a little bit hard for you guys to see. Yeah, you guys can see. So this is a lighter gray compared to this. Basically what they did, like with, give me 3 seconds here. Thank you. Okay, I just pulled off the hand on my Astray red frame here, which is a really great way to show you guys how they actually do this. They actually did this the same way as they did this. So basically what they do is take 2 different kinds of plastic. Now this red plastic here is really hard, and this white plastic here is softer. And as you can also tell, this is not panel lined at all. But they basically take 2 different types of plastic, which is the red plastic and the white plastic. Red and white plastic. Inject it into the same mold and then you're able to move all the fingers and all that kind of stuff. So put this off to the side for a minute here while I quickly clean up this. Now, normally with each piece you want to do 2 cuts, which is exactly what I have done. So you can hear stuff flying all over the place. And careful not to cut off any parts that you're not supposed to. There we go. Now for me that's not clean enough, so I'm just going to take my hobby knife, or technically a wood carver's knife, and just slowly start bringing all those places where I cut down to where they're smooth. Jeez, camera. Right up here, I can feel it. And especially with the real grade, it can affect the fit of parts. So let me actually just bring it up where I usually do it quickly here. And this is the one time that I will show you that, just in case there's anybody new to the Gundam hobby. All that I have to say is please don't do what I did. Even though you can, I just don't really recommend it. For my first Gundam, I built the Strike Rogue Master Grade. And then right after that, I went straight on to build the perfect grade Gundam Unicorn RX-0. So yeah, that was quite a big jump, to say the least, but I was able to do it, barely. Okay, there we go. So this is almost all of the inner frame for this Gundam, for the Gundam Wing. So what I'm going to slowly start to do is work in the pieces by putting slow, constant pressure on them. Just making sure that they're loose, so that once we actually need to move them. And do not do this with all the armor on as well, because this will all be covered up with armor, and you don't want to suddenly, come on, focus there, camera, thank you, have a piece snap on the inside, like say like this part just popped off and you have all the armor on. There's pretty well no way to fix that. So as you can see, I am just slowly working in each joint, especially the ball joints. And you'll feel it like when it starts to really get loose. Give me 1 second here. There we go. Sorry about that, you guys almost fell there. And then there's just this little joint right there you can see. You just kind of gotta slowly work it in, because you don't want stuff like that happening when you have all those layers of armor on. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now luckily this fell out right now, so I can pop it right back in. There we go. Okay, so let's start to and actually before we get too much farther, I'm going to actually show you one extra little thing. So this is a leg armor piece, and this is kind of as inner frame as you'll get with this kit. So as you can see, they're both pretty plain, but if we look at this, you can see there's a line there, and there's actually 2 panel lines right along here. This one is a little bit easier to tell because it's on a darker piece. There's a whole bunch of lines and stuff that I'll want to bring out. So I'll use a Gundam marker or Gundam marker pen style. Here, let me get off the cap. So you can see it's just like a little line pen, and then there's the Gundam marker. This one's more of a paint one, like if you were to take a paint pen kind of deal. So let's start off with this one, because this one's the easiest out of the two. Because literally all that I'm going to do is just draw on the areas following those cracks and stuff. And if you don't know, this is actually the second time that I'm building this Gundam. The first time was a perfect grade. I'll put a link to that in the description down below, as it's not the best, to say. For me, it wasn't the best. Not because of looks, but because of other reasons. Okay, so as you can see, that's the piece there. Now I'm just going to take my thumb. You can take whatever you want, an eraser or something like that. Just go over all of that. And there we go. It just adds a little bit more depth to the Gundam. And as you'll see on this one, now usually with these white pieces I'll use gray with really dark colors and stuff, like dark blues and stuff like that. I'll use this Gundam marker here. It's the exact same thing. I hardly ever use this one. This one has a little bit of a different use for it because it's not as easy to get off. But pretty well all that will do is take this and literally just tap into the part where the panel line is. And once I get all of this, you'll be suddenly able to see that there are actually lines. There we go. Now we gotta put this off to the side to dry, because unlike the other one where it just put it on, wipe it off right away, kinda just gotta let that one dry a little bit. And we won't need it until near the end. Now okay, so it says for us to bring that part up, just like that. And we're actually getting into the build right now. And we'll take this piece, just like that there, here. I'm going to take this one. And there we go, just lining up the holes and pegs together. And then next, let me find it here. There we go. And it's already facing the right way. And yes, I have already done all that stuff to this one as well. So it should be just a matter of the pieces finding their holes. There we go. Now that's pretty well it to the inner frame. So next, we'll take this tiny little piece, put it right in there. Then we'll take this piece here and close it all up. So from this point on, we are basically just going to be working on armor. So first off, we'll start off with the foot, in which these two pieces go together. Just like that. No, that's not right. There we go. So then this, as you can see, that little peg there just slides into that slot. And then the rest of the foot just slides all together really nicely. This we can go ahead and stick onto the rear part of the foot there. Then we can take this piece, just following the same shape. That can go onto there. This can go on top. There we go. Now we have it able to stand. And be really careful. You do not want to lose any parts, because once they go missing, they're pretty well gone forever. So the next thing it has us do is actually bend from up here up there. And then we'll place this piece on top like that. Then we can move that back. I find putting just a tiny bit of pressure here helps it move a little bit better. So that's what we're looking like so far. Oh, it's totally this joint right there. I'll figure it out once we get later on. Next, we'll finish up the foot by taking this little tiny white piece. No, not that one first. We'll take this little tiny red piece with all that tread and stuff on the bottom. Slide it all together. stick this. Right on top. No, not far back. Not back far enough. There we go. Then we'll take these two tiny, and I mean like tiny pieces. Like they're about only 1/4 of an inch large. We'll stick them on right on either side. There's 2 of them. Just on either side, just like that there. And then this piece go on just like this, right over top of all that. There we go. And literally we're doing the final touches right now. These reel grids are nice and quick builds. So I'm going to take my finger, just like with the other one. Just rub it along. As you can see, it takes away all that excess. Gundam marker. And creates that beautiful little piece right there. Which we will need right after we stick the kneecap on. Let me just there. There we go. Next, where's that other one? So it is this one. We'll take this piece, put it way in the back, and then we'll take that other piece that we just finished, put it right on front, right up front. There we go. It's pretty well as good as a snap that you'll get with these kits. Then this one should just fit back here actually. Yeah, just like that there. There's a little peg that fits into a hole right there. And then those just slide into the slots there. Show you from this angle here how I literally just line up the peg and hole Slide it together. There we go. And we'll actually take this piece here this kind of helps that out a little bit. There we go. Just slot it right into a peg pretty well right there. And for the final pieces, we'll take this piece here and put it on the back side of it all. And you'll find out why we leave this one not cover that up at all. Well, for now at least. We can put the kneecap on. Please tell me I'm trying to do this the right way around. No, I'm not. There we go. That kneecap is on now. Then this piece goes right on the front, actually. Come on, find your spot. There we go. Then this piece should just fit at the bottom. Right after I get it past. That little ankle guard. There we go. And that is pretty well the real grade Wing Gundam leg done. So in between this episode and the next one, I will probably go ahead and put the sticker decals on these, and then I'll show them to you after I'm done that in the next video. And if you're new here and if you've enjoyed what you've seen, hit that subscribe button to be notified of when more of this series goes live. And don't forget to comment about this new camera angle. Let me know if you guys want it a little bit differently or not. And again, thank you all for watching this. And until next time, remember to rock on.